record button here real quick. And we are now recording, so thank you very much for being with us. So again, as I said, welcome Michael Perkins. My name is Michael Perkins, he, him, from the University of Arizona STEM program. And we have several AmeriCorps organizations here today to share. And we're going to try to keep a tight schedule, about 12-minute presentations for each group in the order that you can see on the screen today. And then we'll open up the time at the end for some Q&A. So if there's direct questions, things like that, if you can jot them down, save them for the end so that we can have those discussions at the end. I will try to help monitor the chat as well as place different links in the chat as well. I am going to start with a feedback or follow-up form. That's the first thing I'm going to put in the chat for you. And that just gives everybody a chance to fill in their information. If you have, want to follow up questions, want the organizations to reach out to you, this will be something that we share back with each of the organizations at the end of today's session as well. Any questions before we get started? All right, thank you. We'll open it up with the university, Arizona Conservation Corps, Arizona Conservation Corps. Go ahead and take it away. You've got 12 minutes here to share on behalf of your group.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. My name is Joe Hamill. It's funny because it was talked about before, but I'm actually the AmeriCorps Vista with the Arizona Conservation Corps. I am accompanied also with my colleague, Dave Bennett. I'll let him introduce himself real quick.
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Dave Bennett. As Joe was just saying, also work for the Arizona Conservation Corps. I work in our individual placement program. It's a little different from our traditional crew programming, and Joe will talk about all that, and then I'll give a little rundown of my program as well.
Perfect. Overall, I will do kind of like a big kind of viewpoint over who we are and what we do. We are an environmental conservation nonprofit that kind of utilizes anyone between the ages of 18 to 30 to go out and participate in our crew, in our many crews. We have crews that go out, they do trail building, they work maintenance on trails, we have chainsaw crews, we have veteran fire corps crews, we have a wide variety of people who various experiences coming to us from they've never held a chainsaw a day in their life, and the idea frankly terrifies them, to other people who have worked many hitches and many, they are returners, that they like the experience so much that they want to come back, and they either find it therapeutic with the work that we do, or they get some type of reward from it that they just want to keep coming back. We have 3 to 4 offices. We have our offices in as well as the White Mountains, and we are sister organization, which is the Conservation Corps New Mexico, which is based out of Las Cruces. Of Arizona Conservation Corps in particular, we operate all throughout the state of Arizona. Partners ask us to go out, and they have a certain idea in mind that they want a trail to be worked on. They want that there are invasive species of trees coming in that they need to be removed. So they hire us, we take our crews, we send them out, and whatever the job that needs to be done, we do it. So that is overall what the crews do. But of the experience of working with us, the crew members that work with us, they are given a certain, they're given a living stipend to that as they work with us, and as well as a perk with AmeriCorps Vistas, our crew members are subject to receiving an education award. that these, for a certain amount of time that they work with us, upon completion, they are able to get an education award that can be put towards either existing student loans, or if they are going to be going to school after their service with us, they can put that money towards that education as well. The other programs that we offer, I know there's a lot of information coming at you, so I'm sure if there's questions we can answer. But along with the other programs that we have our Veteran Fire Corps crew, which is open for active veterans, that we give them skills training that allows them to pursue a career in firefighting. That we have had many people who have joined our Veteran Fire Corps crews, and they have gone on to pursue a career being a hotshot in Arizona, as well as other just firefighting jobs throughout their career post their time with us. So yeah, that's overall the gist of who we are and what we do. It's very broad, I know, but yeah, the other side of things, I will let Dave take that away.
Thanks, Joe. So as I said before, I work in Arizona Conservation Corps' individual placement program, which is a very different side of our organization. So as Joe talked about the crew side of our programming, where we're actually sending crews out together to do various conservation and land management focused work, our individual placement side instead develops internship style positions with various state, federal, and local land management agencies, as well as environmentally focused nonprofits. And there we will place an intern with that agency and provide support to them throughout their term. So a couple things with that. These positions are typically more technical, providing hands-on experience in more of the professional aspects of land management. So we offer positions anywhere ranging from recreation to being a park ranger, to GIS, and to range monitoring and surveying, various things like that. So a very wide range of positions there. As I stated, they're all like individual internship style. They're typically a little longer than our crew positions. So on average, all of our individual placement positions are either 6 months or year-long positions. And they really get you good hands-on experience with that agency. So a lot of these positions are geared towards folks who want to make a career in land management. And doing so, we offer the opportunities for them to get their foot in the door with different land management agencies and get to know the folks working there, and also allow them to network within them. Most of our partners are with federal agencies such as the United States Forest Service or the Bureau of Land Management or the National Park Service. And one of the, I think the biggest perks that we can offer our AmeriCorps participants in this program is that for a lot of these positions, we can offer non-competitive hiring statuses and various certifications for those federal agencies. So if you are interested in pursuing a career with a federal agency, this is one of the best ways to get your foot in the door. And if you successfully complete a term with us, you then get essentially a 2-year non-competitive hiring status, which means when applying for federal jobs, you're not competing against the general public, which if you know anything about getting in with a federal agency, that's a huge perk there. So once again, a very quick rundown of what the individual placement program does here. I also operate or hire for positions in New Mexico with, as Joe said, our sister agency, the Conservation Corps New Mexico. So operate all around the state of Arizona and New Mexico. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have at the end of this. Thank you.
Perfect. And yeah, also something that you said that reminded me that a note that I passed over is that we hire around, we have 4 major seasons, excuse me, of when we normally hire our crews. The time frame of when our crew members will work, it's kind of a range of, it's not a set time that if you are only free for a certain amount of time or for a longer period of time, there are options. So there's a variety of different ways that you can serve with us if there are certain concerns, either time restraints or location or any concerns. That more often than not, we have some type of option that does work for whatever needs that need to be met. So yeah, overall, that's kind of who we are and what we do. And later on, if there's any, the age range, sorry, just popped up again. Quick question. The age range is from 18 to 30. So yes, so that is overall who we are. And yeah, so if there's any other questions later on, we will be happy to answer. So thank you so much.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Arizona Conservation Corps. Much appreciated. Again, I'm going to put the link in the chat for follow-up documents. So at any time you can fill that out. If you're interested, want to get more feedback from any of the organizations, you can leave your information in that follow-up document. Our next organization, UA Wildcat Core, you're up. You're 12 minutes.
All right. So if you could go to the first slide, the next one. So hi, I am Christina Lippin. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the program coordinator for UA Wildcat Core. Now, UA Wildcat Core is a statewide program. Most of our members serve through cooperative extension locations, which are located in most counties and in several tribal communities. Our program this year has 30 different programs that are going to be or are in 11 counties and 3 tribal communities. And we have over 70 members that will be serving with us this year. Our program primarily focuses on STEM education, but it's the fun part of STEM, as I like to say. It's the hands-on part. So it might be youth programming related to camps, or related to interactive activities. And then we do have programs that also are for adults or individuals outside of that school age. And those might be related to topics like nutrition, agriculture, environment, and those types of programming. And don't worry, you don't have to memorize that list that's on the side. I'm going to talk about some of the programs we have open right now, and at the end, some of the programs that we're anticipating for the next grant year. So if we could move on to the next slide. So these are open seasonal positions that we have, and we recruit all year long. So our programs, we have programs that start in the fall, we have programs that start at the beginning of the year, and then right now we're hiring for short-term seasonal positions. And my understanding is the links to all of these will be put into the chat box. So as you can see, it's quite diverse, even in just this small sampling of the types of programs we have. So the first one listed here, for example, is a literacy program. And this individual would actually be working here in Pima County to provide books to programs working with children under 5 years old in relationship to finances and money management. So it's a new one for us, and we're excited about that. Unfortunately, this morning, well, fortunately for us, maybe unfortunately for you all, this morning, 2 of my site supervisors reached out to me from the 4-H and Tucson Village Farms that they are actually making offers this week to their open positions. But if you're interested, check it out. Maybe someone will turn down the position. And then a brand new position that we have that is very short-term and emergency need is the medical scribe position. And this isn't a typical position for us, but we are supporting the University of Arizona's vaccination program on campus. And so these positions, we're going to have several of them that will be working with a healthcare professional in helping people through the vaccination process at that site on campus. You do not have to have a healthcare background. I know that's kind of the first question I get asked. The more important aspects of that position are that you have good attention to detail, that you have good customer and professional skills that you can apply. So, And then finally, outside of Pima County, we have a brand new position in Yavapai County. And this program, the individual is going to be working with regenerative farming. Sorry, that's a mouthful. And they're going to be working with underserved communities, farmers, and local groups up in that area. So some really exciting and interesting seasonal positions that we're going to be having here in the coming months. We are actually recruiting right now for these positions, and they will be filled within the next couple of weeks. So if you are interested, I encourage you to check them out and apply sooner rather than later. Now, if we can move to the next slide. So the benefits of all of my programs is that they are all written with position descriptions that are considered professional. So it's a great way to get skills or use the skills that you already have. So we have members from 17 to, I don't have any 99-year-olds or 106-year-olds, but definitely retirees that are a part of our program. We ensure that with those, everyone is doing something in which they are having a local community impact. Of course, you're part of the National Service Program and you receive a living stipend and educational award. All of these seasonal positions are 300 hours. They will serve approximately from the beginning of April to the end of July. And the living allowance is divided up evenly over your term of service. So the living allowance for this seasonal term is $2,652, and the Ed Award is $1,311.11. I don't know, these are CNCS numbers, I don't understand them, but anyway, and do make sure that you realize though that both of those items are taxed, because sometimes people think that's tax-free money. So that is for these seasonal positions only. We can move to the next slide. But coming this fall, hopefully, grant pending, we will open up our positions throughout the state again. And like I said, we recruit all year long. We anticipate having over 80 AmeriCorps members serving throughout Arizona. They'll be in part-time positions, but we have positions that range from 300 to 900 hour positions. Again, there will be a living stipend, which we are hoping will go up, educational award, and examples of some of these programs. So I just pulled, as you can imagine, I didn't list all 30 here, but I really wanted to show the range of the different types of programs. So if you're interested in the environment, we have Arizona Project Wet, we have, Tucson Village Farms, and even 4-H is somewhat related to that. If you're interested in nutrition, we have Garden Kitchen, the Diabetes Prevention Program. If you're interested in working with kids or families, we have the Family Engagement Program and family programs. And then we have some community partners that we also work with. So while we mostly work on campus or at cooperative extension locations throughout the state, we do have a few community partners such as Tucson Festival of Books, or Monzo Elementary School, which is a really great program here in Tucson. If we can move on to the next slide. So if I've sparked your interest and you're like, well, what is in Graham County? That's where I'm at, or Gila County, or wherever you might be sitting, or someone that you know who is in Maricopa that might just think these are potentially great things to be a part of, and joining my lovely AmeriCorps members, who many of their pictures are right there on the page. If when you go to the search page in at the AmeriCorps, it's the AmeriCorps login page where you can do a search for programs. If you go into the program section and type UACE, so it stands for University of Arizona Cooperative Extension, but if you type in UACE, you will see a list of the variety of programs that we have throughout the state. So there's 4 pages of them, and it'll give you a really great idea. And we do leave them up so that people can explore those throughout the year. And you are welcome to reach out to me, even if we're not recruiting at that exact moment for that position. We may have information about it. We may have information about how you can volunteer, or ways in which I can connect you to the site supervisor who can give you more information about that. So I look forward to answering your questions again, and hope that some of you will really be intrigued by the positions we have at UA Wildcat Core. Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well done on the timing. Perfect timing. Again, I'll put the follow-up document in there. So again, anybody showing interest can leave their information there, and somebody from the specific organizations will reach out to you and follow up with you after today's event. We'll also have some time at the end today for some Q&A, so you can save some questions for the end to follow up and dive deeper into the different organizations. Up next, we have Pima Prevention Partnership. Pima Prevention Partnership, you're up.
Hi, good morning. My name is Chandra Kubata. I'm from Pima Prevention Partnership, so I'll be representing our AmeriCorps program today. Next slide, please. We are located at Stone and Drackman, just right across the street from downtown campus for Pima Community College, and about a mile or 2 from the University of Arizona. Next slide, please. So our focus areas, so our grant started in 2006. I was actually the first AmeriCorps member with Pima Prevention Partnership. We are based here in our charter school at Pima Partnership Academy. Our focus areas are education, ECAP, which is the Education, Career, and Action Planning for high school students, high school graduation. We have healthy relationship skills, and we have substance abuse prevention information. Our mission is to build partnerships with young people, families, and communities to improve their quality of life. Next slide, please. So the type of terms that are currently available as of today are 300-hour terms and 450-hour terms. The benefits for the members who serve with us are very similar to the other programs. They receive a living allowance, an education award. We provide career opportunities. A lot of our members have served all 4 consecutive AmeriCorps terms with our agency, and then they've been hired on as program staff. We provide different training opportunities based on the specific focus area that you'd be working in. Some popular ones include CPR, mental health first aid training. It's a chance to meet new people, share your talents, and have professional development. Our requirements are that you be at least 18 years old, although we will take high school seniors that are 17 with parent permission. They must be able to pass a sex offender background check and be able to receive a fingerprint clearance card. And also, when our executive director decided to start AmeriCorps here at PPP, our key focus was being able to give our high school students an opportunity to learn how these marketing skills and learn job skills and hands-on training so that they would be prepared for the real world. Next slide, please. So what will members do? As I said, we have a charter middle school, Pima Partnership Academy, and we have a charter high school, Pima Partnership High School. So AmeriCorps members can mentor our middle school and high school youth with one of our programs. They'll assist with classroom education, preparation in classes. YFS, Youth and Family Services, hosts the AmeriCorps program. And so all of the AmeriCorps members will work in different prevention programs. So we have a mentoring program. We have a teen pregnancy prevention program. We have a substance abuse prevention program. So all our AmeriCorps members will assist in those programs. And then for the classrooms, we have math, English, STEM classrooms. So our AmeriCorps members will work in there. And then we also have youth advisory groups where we have AmeriCorps members work with the students here at our middle school and high school to talk about different things and have the students take the lead and be advisory leaders for their peers. And then we also have a lot of parent curriculum that AmeriCorps members will work with different parents on, substance abuse prevention information, family strengthening, how to strengthen the family unit and have good, skills and family bonding. Next slide, please. So this is just some pictures of some of our programs. So this is our AZ Rise mentoring program. Currently our program meets twice a week. So we have middle school and high school students that work together and they do different activities. You know, like Emily talked about, they do a lot of social and emotional skill learning. So this is just some pictures of them having, you know, some different activities done. Next slide. Here's some of our education program. We try to, you know, really give hands-on experiences. Obviously, you know, post-COVID, we'll be doing that again. Right now, everything is, you know, based here in the school. Next slide, please. Career planning, we talk about, you know, ECAPs, you know, what do students want to do after they graduate high school or graduate 8th grade? What is their plan? So we want to get them engaged and get them thinking about so they can make the best decisions for their future. Next slide. And then of course, days of service. That's a big one for us. You know, as part of the grant requirement for AmeriCorps, all members are required or encouraged at least to participate in a day of service. So this is just some examples of, you know, our MLK Day. Clarissa, you'll see her photo down below with the boxes, and then up above, she's currently serving her 4th AmeriCorps term with us. Next slide. So if, you know, we piqued your interest, please fill out that sheet that Michael's been putting in the chat box and we'll be happy to get back to you. But again, you know, let me know if you have any questions at the end. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm going to represent U Arizona STEM today. At the University of Arizona, we have a STEM program. It stands for Student Thinking Enrichment Through Mathematics Mentoring. This is an AmeriCorps National Service Program. Melissa Hostin is the director, and I support her through the program. And it's just a fantastic way to get involved in your community, in the schools, working with students, and enriching a mathematics community and a mathematics thinking program. It's near and dear to my heart as a mathematics educator for almost 20 years now. It's something that we found is incredibly important to the success of students as they continue through their own schooling and into their adult lives. So what is our STEM program? It's a way to serve your community. It's a great way to give back. It's a great way to gain valuable workplace skills, improve your resume and college applications, and it's the door into volunteerism and service opportunities. So the people that we engage are high school students that will be turning 18. We're looking for community college and university students, as well as current or retired paraeducators to, again, serve in a mentoring capacity around STEM and around mathematics. Here are some of the things that you'll be doing as a AmeriCorps member. You'll attend 1-hour trainings weekly. This is fantastic. Melissa Hostin is teaching these trainings, organizing these trainings, allowing you the opportunity to dive deep into the rich mathematics content that will help you serve your community. You know, so you don't have to be a mathematics expert or have passed X amount of classes to be able to work in the STEM program. So you're also going to get support and training in the mathematics, in the content areas that you'll be working in. You will volunteer in a classroom somewhere between 3rd grade and 12th grade. So again, that can be fixed to fit your needs and your wants. If you prefer the younger grade or you prefer the high school group, that's kind of up to you, and that works with our classrooms, as we have several programs, schools, organizations, partnerships with those schools. So we're putting you in places where you will be successful with cooperating teachers that will also assist you and help you. You'll be hosting tutoring sessions for those students, kind of mentor groups where you're working in small groups, working on mathematics, but as well as all those SEL skills, all those human development skills, all those cooperating group skills, and looking towards mentoring more than just mathematics. You'll be developing rapport with these students that you serve, as well as volunteering at our STEM nights and events that happen throughout the year. The days of service, one of my favorites is our game night, where we put out a whole bunch of games, board games, usually have a mathematics focus to them. It's one of my favorite nights of the year, but everybody shows up and we're playing mathematics games for hours on end, and everybody's just having a really great time. But you know, that gaming around the mathematics content really helps develop that mathematical thinking much faster. So that's one of our favorite events, as well as other STEM nights where we're doing all kinds of things like balloon races and other events like that. So those are the kind of activities and things that you'll be doing as part of this program. What do you get from the program? Well, you're going to be serving somewhere between 300 and 450 hours a year. You'll serve 12 to 16 hours working those STEM events. Again, you get to choose your grade and course and your schedule together. So we'll put those together for you. You'll be able to receive a living stipend, an educational award. And again, you're gaining ideas and insights. You're making a huge difference on our school communities. You're opening up for new opportunities as you continue to work in our community, as well as building up your resume. So what are the next steps? How do you get involved? This is one of the big things that we want to make sure that you understand as you're working through and getting into our U Arizona STEM program. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to complete this Google form, right? And give or take, I'm just trying to give you an idea of what it's going to take. You'll complete the Google form. Melissa will set you up for an interview. You will complete the application in the AmeriCorps portal. You'll complete some forms. You have to do some ID checks, some fingerprinting, some finance forms, and then you'll be followed up with a training invitation. So I've put the link to the Google form. That's kind of like your first step. So if you're really interested in participating in the U Arizona STEM program, that's a great place to get started. And I've also left a QR code up there if that's easier for you to snap a picture of that QR code so you can save that Google form for later. That'll help you as well. And if you have any questions for the UA STEM program, we'll take those questions at the end. We're going to transition here to Advise AZ. Advise AZ, you're up.
Thank you so much, Michael. Hi, everyone. My name is David Rodriguez. And actually, if you could move over, do you have our slides there? Yes. Today, we're talking about Advise AZ and the collaboration that we share with another big state entity called College Success Arizona and the Arizona College Access Network. But with me today, I have Ebony. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Ebony Robinson, and I am the Program Support Specialist for the Advise AZ AmeriCorps program.
And what we have is a wonderful college advising project which stretches across the state. And we'll talk a little bit more about it as we go through our slides. So next, please. So I work for Earn to Learn. Earn to Learn is a scholarship program which encourages empowers low to moderate income students to successfully complete college. The Arizona College Access Network is a statewide community of college access professionals connecting opportunities for low income and first generation students. And the vision is that every Arizona student has the knowledge and resources necessary to successfully attain a post-secondary education in order to succeed in life and contribute to the economy. Together, we really work to bring awareness to students and create college-going culture within the schools that we serve. Next, please. So what is Advise AZ? Advise AZ serves approximately 4,000 students across the state of Arizona. At this moment, we're approved for 85 part-time college advisors. And our college advisors typically come from college ranks. So we like to recruit. This is a near-peer college advising program, so we like to recruit members from university and community college settings. And what we do is we train the members to understand all the aspects related to higher ed that they even may not know about yet. And so we then get those members out working in the communities that they're going to serve in. The partnership is important, and we strive to really bring awareness to our partners too, the stakeholders, all the different sites across the state, to understand what we're doing and how to make this a beneficial program and project at their schools. So we are very connected to our school sites and community-based organization sites. So advisors are placed in high schools and community-based organizations that have articulated their strong commitment to build a college-going culture. As I keep saying, that's a really strong phrase that we use, college-going culture. For some people, it's just a natural thing for them to be thinking about college when they're in high school. For a lot of kids, it's not. And so we are working to bring that kind of thinking to everyone at all of our sites. And typically our sites are Title I schools. So there is a lot of work to be done in that aspect. You may not know this, but the high school student to counselor ratio is 950 to 1 in the state of Arizona. Or maybe it's a little bit less than that, but 950 to 1 is impossible to manage. So that's why our college advisors are so important too, because they help take the brunt of some of these activities that high school counselors just can't manage in terms of college planning and college readiness. And our members can take on those activities themselves and run them. So the schools are in a 3-year commitment when they sign up to participate in Advise AZ. And of course, that is pending the renewal of grant funding and all that. Next, please. So we have a lot of different schools across the state. I mentioned that we have placement for up to 85 members, and our partners are all over the place. We have NAU, the Northern Arizona College Resource Center, places students all over Northern Arizona. College Success Arizona, which is in Maricopa County, and they're in Phoenix, they place students all over Central and Western Arizona. And down here in the southern region, we have students in Santa Cruz County, Pima County, and we're looking at other opportunities too with Cochise County. Great program, awesome opportunity for college students to get some professional experience. I'll let Ebony talk about that.
Yeah, if you can go to the next slide, please. So some of the services that our members will be doing is a lot of one-on-one student advising. They'll do workshops for students and families. We had a lot of students do like FAFSA drive-throughs and different FAFSA fiestas and all that stuff to help members or to help students and their families complete the FAFSA. Senior college applications, the Earn to Learn application, college fairs, ACT prep, FAFSA verification assistance, anything that's going to be of assistance to them making that step to go towards college is pretty much what our members will be doing to assist students across Arizona. And next slide, please. So right now we have 2 main positions. There are other positions available, but these are our 2 main ones. The first one is a part-time 900-hour position where members typically serve from September to August. They will receive a biweekly living stipend of $288, and upon successful completion, they will receive the education award of $3,097.50. And then we also have the reduced part-time of 675 hours, and these members serve from September to May. And their biweekly living stipend is $284.21, and they will receive the education award of $2,360, upon successful completion. Next slide, please. And to apply, if you'd like to, if this is easier, you can go ahead and scan the QR code, but you can also just simply go to adviseaz.org to find any more information about becoming a member and also just to learn more about what we do. And next slide, please. And right here we have our contact information, David and myself, and also Roxanne. She more so works with the AZCAN CSA part of it, but she also works with us very closely. And here's our emails and phone numbers. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us. And that is all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate it. All right, and I believe everyone has had the opportunity to share here. So I will stop sharing and we'll bring it back to the group and we'll open up for questions and answers here. So feel free to type your question into the chat or please unmute and direct your questions to the organization of interest. Looks like there was a question in the chat. Do you take people who are not from university settings?
Or is that for advising? Because we definitely will interview anybody that's interested in the process for sure.
And that's the same for even though we're with the university, the UA Wildcat Core, we hire people locally from the community. So there's no need to be part of the university or be a student.
Yeah, same for us.
Same for UA STEM.
As well for us. Yeah, so for AZCC, for our core crew members and everything like that, that is the age limit that is from 18 to 30. And then for the individual placement, that is for more, I can let Dave go over that. I think he has more of an expertise on that, but as far as I understand, it's not 18 to 30, it's more kind of free form in that way.
Yeah, you're correct, Joe, there for the Arizona Conservation Corps individual placement program. We do not, from the vast majority of our positions, do not have an upper age limit. So minimum 18, but no upper age limit there.
And for someone, if they have another job that is totally fine with, that we have a crew member who wants to have a second job when they're not working with us, that is also totally fine. But that then it just kind of goes down to making sure that you're able to do both jobs to the best of your ability. Just because for us, it's more of a safety thing, because if you're working two jobs and you're completely bent, like you're just completely exhausted all the time, you are handling chainsaws. So that's kind of the that's kind of the basis, that if you can do that and if you can do it safely and make sure that yourself and everybody else is safe around you while you do it, then more power to you. Absolutely. But yeah, there's no restriction of like you have to just work for us, so then that's it.
So that would be the same with the Wildcat Core. We allow members to be students or to have other part-time jobs. We don't have a strict restriction against full-time jobs, but as was mentioned, it's really hard to balance a full-time job and AmeriCorps service. So we really discourage it, but definitely you can have a part-time job. And I will say my site supervisors are really great about working with members to accommodate either a school or a part-time job schedule.
As for Advise AZ, I can tell you that we encourage members. Well, our members are obligated to serve at least 2 days a week on site or on site based activities, which could be virtual, depending on the situation. Right now, a lot of it's virtual. But as long as you can stick to a fixed schedule where you're serving on site 2 days a week, because these are commitments that we make to our high school and see a community-based organization communities. So they have to rely on you being on time and making sure you're where you're supposed to be. We don't have a problem with people having part-time jobs as long as it doesn't interfere with their service time.
There was a question in there about part-time. So any of the positions that are below 17 or 1,200 hours are part-time or full-time. But when you look at a position in the AmeriCorps system, it'll tell you whether it's part-time or full-time. And then the programs themselves will tell you what the service term commitment is, whether it's 300 or 450 or 675 or 900. There's lots of different kind of hour commitments. And so that's going to be by program case, but it will, no, 900 hours is considered half-time. So, so answering that question that's in there. So most of them most of ours are part-time, but there are full-time ones throughout the state, and it's marked in, like I said, in the position description that you'll find in My AmeriCorps.
One thing to add too is, we've worked with, a lot of the different programs for many years. And so, for example, if I, received an application from someone and I didn't feel like maybe it wouldn't be a good fit, or they may not really be interested in what we're offering, I would refer it to other programs in town and make sure they have a good placement site. So we're willing, we work with each other. Our school-based sites are accommodate their schedule.
I'm going to go ahead and place that link to the follow-up document one more time. If you'd like to get a follow-up from any of the wonderful AmeriCorps programs that you heard from today, please make sure that you put your name, email, or phone number and the program that you're interested in. We'll make sure that we share that along with all of our different organizations. We still have some time here. Any last questions?
Well, I was just going to follow up with what Chandra said, which is that, we're not competing against each other. We all get along. But I would encourage members that if you're interested in multiple programs, is to apply to multiple programs. It's not going to hurt you. We're not going to go and say, oh, well, they applied to Conservation Corps and mine, so now I'm upset. So yeah, no one feels that way. So, really look at and apply, because for some of the programs, there might be a really short window for hiring and you don't want to miss out because you're, maybe they're your second choice, not your first choice, but that's okay. We don't know that, and we're okay with that. So I would encourage you to really explore and take the opportunity to see if there's positions you're interested in. And, just because you've applied doesn't mean you've committed at that point. And the site supervisors, for the most part, and the program coordinators, they want to tell you about their program. So I encourage you to do that.
Is there a centralized place for all positions? I mean, myamericorps.gov is going to have positions listed.
You can, I would say, if you're having a hard time, is shrink it down by, things that you're interested in, because you can do a search, based on a particular program. Like I told you with mine, we use a shorthand of UACE. But you can also look by interest. So if you're interested in particular things, so I would say narrow your search by your passions and what you really want to spend time serving. No one's getting rich in AmeriCorps, so you want to make sure that it is something that you feel passionate and have a desire and serve in for a term of service. So I would say narrow your search by that, and you know, if you're having trouble tracking it, it looks like, I would say a spreadsheet. Oh, we're getting to the end.
I think we're okay there. If you were mid-sentence, we're fine.
I would agree with what Christina said and just apply for all the ones you think you like. And then if you get your interview, that's awesome. And then try to pick then. That's when it's going to be hard to pick if you have multiple offers, right? But until then, just apply for everything you think might be interesting. Everything we described today in this session is really interesting stuff. And it's very meaningful. All of it is incredibly meaningful. So you can't miss. This is like one of those situations where it's like a can't miss opportunity. So.
Yeah, especially as like I said before, I am an AmeriCorps Vista. I have gone through all of this. I from firsthand experience. It's very much of go on AmeriCorps' website. It's really very simple to use in terms of narrowing down, like it's been previously said, going down just for what you personally like. There will be options. there are options for everybody. Everyone who I contacted, and as well as like obviously I work with AZCC, so like I feel like that's a little bit biased to say that, oh, work for AZCC, or it worked for me, it's gonna work for you guys. But yeah, like of what everyone has said, like apply to as many places as you feel comfortable with or as that you want to. It's definitely worth it, and it's definitely like there is an option out there. And yeah, just highlighting everything to what everybody else has said.
If there are no more questions, then we'll wrap it up for the day. Somebody let me know if we need to all return back to the main room, or we're just going to conclude here from the breakout room. Does somebody know the expectation there?
I'm not sure, but let's see what happens if we leave the room.
We can go back to the main room and then kind of disperse from there probably. So we'll close the breakout room and head over there. And again, if anybody has any questions, we've shared a bunch of links and shared information, and we're happy to serve. That's what we do. So thank you so much for your time today and your interest in AmeriCorps.
Bye.